Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another stress-filled, labor-intensive day here in the life of me, Dave Brown. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is the branding of Fall River, Massachusetts. Ideas and Supposition by David Brown, 7/23/16. So here's a few of my thoughts. Let's talk about branding a city. In fact, let's talk about branding Fall River. Before we can discuss branding a city, we first must define what branding is. Because most of the residents of Fall River, Massachusetts don't even understand what branding means. And they need to. And they need to be part of it. What the definition fails to mention, when defining the branding of a city, in simple terms, branding means a governmental strategy for projecting images and managing perceptions of any given place. What this definition fails to mention is that without forward-thinking government guidance, a city will brand itself, and look what happened. USA Today has gone so far as to name Fall River as the 5th worst place to live in America. While we're all insulted by that, it may be time for us to look in the mirror. Why did they say that about us? According to what criteria did they form their evaluation? They may have some valid points. And if corrective measures are necessary, they should be taken ASAP. That being said, going back to branding a city. The branding of a city has less to do with creating a new image than accentuating its strong points and working to decrease its weak points. So, what are Fall River's strong points? Well, we have the 5th deepest shipping port in Massachusetts. We have Battleship Cove, Fall River Historical Society, Bristol County Community College, salt, freshwater fishing, sailing, canoeing, kayaking, all kinds of water activities. Of course, the Lizzie Borden House, Amazon, the Industrial Park, the Little Theater, Narrows Center for the Arts, AHA, Arts, History, and Architecture of Fall River, just to name a few. Now, all this is fantastic, but it's not what we are, it is what we have. So let's discuss what we are as opposed to what we have. Fall River is 15 miles from Providence, Rhode Island, 20 miles from Newport, Rhode Island, 50 miles from Boston, Massachusetts, 45 miles from Plymouth, Mass, 45 miles from Cape Cod, 1.5 hours to the Block Island via the Block Island Ferry, which leaves, of course, from Battleship Cove. So why do you want to spend $300 a night to wake up in any one of these places when you can spend $100 in Fall River and take a day trip there? So here's what's up. Fall River is already a starting point for many other destinations. Fall River can be branded as an inexpensive stepping stone / home base to other popular points of interest. All we have to do is market it as such. Okay. Fall River needs a web presence. Fall River needs a website that is easy to post events to. All events, from church bingo to boat races, and everything in between. The site should be in the form of a calendar to which anyone can easily post their events, and tourists can easily review our current events so that they may plan their daily activities here in Fall River. The general public must be made aware of this site so they can and will post to it. In short, the site should not only be a place to post events, but also a site to find out what is going on in our fair city. Finally, the site must be easily searchable via the internet by searching Fall River's official logo and or slogan, which brings me to my next point. Fall River's official slogan and logo. Let's view Fall River as a product. Let's sell Fall River. Now, any product for sale has a slogan and a logo. First, let's talk about the logo. A logo is a symbol or picture that can be recognized and associated with any particular person, place, or thing. So how do we make a logo that creates a recognizable and memorable image of Fall River, Massachusetts? First, we place the logo in a place where everyone will see it. When I say everyone, I mean residents of Fall River, people passing through, and most importantly, people spending time here. I suggest that the logo be a large artistic sign posted on all major tributaries entering the city. The logo could consist of 4 images: a cap and gown, we're the scholarship city, education, theater masks, representing Fall River's appreciation of arts and entertainment, the bridge and the battleship, first seen and most memorable of its attractions, an anchor and a compass accentuating Fall River's maritime history. This will not only make tourists aware of what we are, but also remind the residents of what we are. Okay, Fall River's slogan. All products have a slogan. Fall River is no exception. We have to have one, so what will it be? It has to be catchy and short. Let me give you some examples. You've all heard these. These aren't new. Good. Campbell soup. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. McDonald's. Got milk? National Dairy Association. Finger licking good. Kentucky Fried Chicken. All exemplary mottos. Of course, we don't sell soup and we don't sell fast food or milk. So, what's the motto? I got some ideas, but they're only ideas. Fall River, where it all begins. Fall River, gem of the South Coast. Fall River, it all starts here. Fall River, vive la rive. Fall River, this is just the beginning. Of course, they're all just suggestions, and they're not as important as being recognizable. The important thing is that when the slogan and logo are heard or seen, people instantaneously think Fall River, Massachusetts. So again, we create an artistic sign combining all the elements of the logo and slogan, place them on all major highways. Also, the slogan and logo should gradually be worked into the psyche of the general population. It should start popping up everywhere. From letterheads to parks to manhole covers to everything in between, the slogan and logo needs to raise the social consciousness from what Fall River is to the new image of what Fall River will become. You might want to listen to that one again. Making Fall River health and nutritionally aware as a community. Here we go. New York City has banned all trans fats from all of their downtown restaurants. New York City. 6 months ago, the FDA stated that by law, all trans fats will be banned from all supermarket products within 3 years. Independent studies have shown that the ingestion of trans fats will inhibit learning ability and memory retention. Let's propose a banning of all trans fats in all of Fall River's lunch programs. This would show that Fall River is concerned about the education of our youth and increase the general public's awareness of the importance of proper nutrition. Proper nutritional habits go hand in hand with exercise. If you increase the public's awareness of proper nutrition, you increase the number of people exercising. Why is this important? Because people in Fall River will see more people running on the boardwalk, more people stretching and doing calisthenics in the parks, participating in volleyball and softball, exercise, bike paths, walking paths. In short, exercise is good for the city's image. Yuppies and millennials who are interested in living here will love that. And they'll settle here for those reasons. This would also raise some eyebrows on a state and national level. News media will report that Fall River is a city that understands the value of proper eating habits, exercise, and how these components affect not just the education of our youth, but the health and well-being of the general population. How will they know that? Well, we'll tell them through well-timed and well-placed press releases. Okay, the Fall River waterfront. And this is just a little bit about it. There's so much more about the Fall River waterfront that needs to be said and done. But here's a couple of ideas. The Fall River waterfront is the least used and best asset Fall River has. Check it out. Warren, Rhode Island has 14 restaurants within walking distance to their waterfront. Bristol, Rhode Island has 27 restaurants within walking distance of their waterfront. Fall River has 5. And I can name them, and most of them aren't really that close. The Tipsy Seagull, the Tipsy Toboggan, the Cove, Jerry Remy's, and Boondocks. And that's it. It's time for us to catch up with the rest of society. Let's develop our waterfront. Let's connect it with the business, arts, and entertainment areas of Fall River. Not just for us, but for the long-term vision of our children. So, Mayor Correa's idea for cityscapes, which I think is great. So, revitalizing Fall River's economic and artistic infrastructure is obviously a great idea and one that I know nothing about. What I do know about cityscapes is that each scape should be connected to parks, ponds, Bristol County Community College, the waterfront, shopping and other economic areas, etc., via affordable and efficient public transportation. So, that's what I got to get for now. That's what I got so far. But I got more. And I'll share it with you later. Stay tuned. So, yeah. If you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to work.